Is going on, everybody? Garrett back here, born to be rad. Welcome to the newest episode of Rad Up All Night. That's gonna be a pretty chill episode, guys. Wasn't really planning on doing this. It's another one of those last minute things, but I just have so much stuff I'm kind of backed up on. I've got a busy month, so I figured, hey, if I can just do this Rad Up All Night tonight, get a couple things out of the way that I wanted to showcase in a review or show you some things I've gotten instead of doing multiple videos, which I'm not doing that great with because of time and other things going on. I was like, let me kill two birds with one stone tonight. Do this, chat with you guys, let you guys know what's going on with the channel for the next month. Let you guys see some of the things that I've gotten in the mail, and I'll just kind of kill everything tonight with that. So, guys, let me know who's in the house. I see a lot of people popping in. I know Dead Pit's live as well. I just talked to Wes a little while ago and realized that they were going live too. So I know a lot of you guys are over there. They're doing Nightmare on Elm Street watch along. But if you're here hanging out with me, I appreciate it. I'm going to go through the chat now and say what's up to everybody. Let's see. Adrian James, what's going on, man? Welcome. Gus, what's up, man? Welcome. Antonis, what's going on? Don Morton, hey, man. Oh, look at this. Cinephilaholic, hit that like button and subscribe. Ratamaniacs. I agree with him. Definitely, if you are not subscribed, because again, I don't look at analytics of the channel, really. A lot of people tell me I should, but I have in the past, and basically it said, like, how many people view your videos that aren't subscribed. So, if you're not subscribed and you're watching live, or if you are not subscribed and you're watching the replay, definitely would appreciate that subscribe button. We're doing pretty good lately with the subscriptions, which is cool. I'm glad that you guys obviously like the content I'm putting out. I was doing some stuff with part 2 of the room tour today, and I said, maybe I'll probably release this when we bang through 3,000 subs, which, again, I feel like the more we get, the faster it goes. People start talking, start sharing. And so it shouldn't be that hard. I think I'm definitely expecting to hit 3,000 well before the last quarter of the year. I'm thinking. I think we've got about, 780 or 770 to do or something like that. But it would be cool to hit that, and then we'll put the rest of the room tour out, that second room there that you guys haven't seen yet. I put a little teaser today on my Instagram if you guys are not following me there at Born to be Rad. What I want to do tonight is kind of go over some stuff I got lately. I want to talk to you guys about things coming up on the channel. I'm going to go through the chat a little more. Diane Breed, what is up? Ben Grimm, Vanderhoff, what's going on, man? Ain't no butterflies, what's up? Good morning. So where are you coming from, by the way? Because I want to keep this about 45 minutes because tomorrow is work and it is 11:30 at night here. So where are you from, man? Yeah, man. Mama Blu-ray, what's going on? East Coast right there. Northeast. Spook House Podcast, what's going on? Let me see. What's in a name? What's up? Ross Jordan. What's going on? Original Fuzz. How are you? Ken Carlson. What's going on? Steve. Thanks, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that too. Ross. I just saw you in there. Sorry, buddy. Carlos. What's up? Yeah, 11:30 in New Jersey. So you're on my time right now. Yeah, guys. So a couple things. If you guys didn't know, I was on Planet CHH's show last night. We did a watch along for a movie called My Grandpa is a Vampire. Severin put out the Blu-ray. Neither of us had seen it. It was a kid's type of horror movie from 1992, and we both really dug it. It's definitely one I'm surprised not many people talk about, and I'm surprised I had missed it all these years because 92 was like the prime years of me going to like the video store and renting those kind of movies, a lot of those gateway horror movies. So I don't know how I missed it, but definitely a cool one. If you guys haven't checked out that video. And to speaking of Planet CHH, if you guys know him and his wife, they run a company called Unita Candles, which is a relatively new venture for them. They're doing really well with it, and they're going to be on my show on Wednesday. So this Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Rad Company, the newest episode for the new season, is going to be Christian and his wife Sid, and they're going to be talking all things Unita candles, and we're going to find out the backstory on that and what they've got coming up, and what the future is for that little business that they've started. So it should be a real interesting talk on Wednesday night. Then Thursday night, I will be simulcasting with the Dead Pit guys, and we'll be talking about movie posters, because all three of us are huge movie poster fans. I'm like an art print guy, an originals guy. They're mainly originals. So we're going to kind of go through a lot of our favorites, mostly original stuff that we have in our collection. And again, we're not sure how we're going to really showcase them. We may just talk about specific ones. I do have a box of folded posters that I haven't looked in years. So I even was telling them I could bring it out and unfold a couple of them in front of the camera and I don't even remember what I have in there, but that's always an option. Deadeye Dakota, what's up, man? Yeah, Dakota in the house. So let's dive in. I got more stuff to talk to you guys about anyways, but I'm trying to see what's going on in chat. I like to do these because I can just chill, work at a slower pace, get to questions. So in the past live streams, I heard you say you listen to hip hop. I was wondering who's your 5 to 10 favorite rappers. Now, I'm very with music. It's more or less, I'm all over the place, all over the map with music. I don't listen to a lot of current stuff. I mean, I think when it comes to hip hop, like the most current hip hop artist that I had listened to was Juice WRLD, which was only introduced to me from, I was training some high school kids probably in like 2017, maybe 2018. And they introduced me to him, and I was like, some of this is all right. Some of this is pretty cool beats and stuff. But if you're saying all time, I'm going to say obviously Eminem is definitely one. Tupac is another one for sure that I listen to on a regular basis. Let me think. Hip hop. Now, we're going back to, obviously I was listening to all the stuff like NWA and, Dr. Dre. I was even really big into hip hop like in the late 90s when like the Rough Riders were really big. Try to think, like obviously in the early 90s and stuff where you had the mainstream stuff like, Coolio, rest in peace. But again, I'm not super huge into that. I do have a lot of hip hop albums, but, it was just kind of one of those things that I was into and I still enjoy it. But as far as having a top 10 or a top 5, man, the only ones that really come to my head that I listened to on a regular basis were like Tupac, and then I had friends that were really into like No Limit, so you had all those guys like Master P and all them. Lil Wayne has always been someone I've been into. I was into 50 Cent for a while because those were all during my club days and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to hip hop, it's just mostly that stuff. I wasn't listening to much hip hop like way back in the 80s and stuff. I was a kid. I was listening to things like Belle Biv DeVoe, if you want to call that hip hop. I was listening to Kid and Play. I was listening to, Boys to Men, which wouldn't necessarily call them hip hop at all. But, that's the kind of stuff I was listening to back then. Beastie Boys was another one I was listening to a lot growing up. Let me see. I see people telling me what time it is over here. Spook House Podcast asks, do you collect any video store standees? Something cool. I do not. I would like to. Again, like you said, it's just number one, they're pricey. Number two, they take up a lot of space. So those two reasons is why I actually don't have any. I have a Michael Myers standee that I got, I don't know, from a store one time. It wasn't an original video store one. I think they're rad though as hell, and I would love to have some. I just really don't know what I would do with it. I would have to probably put them in my library room just because I have a little more floor space there, but I don't. If one came my way that I really, really was into, I would definitely consider it. I would always consider like some of those display ones that were on the counter because they're a little bit smaller. But you know what's funny about those, and I almost feel like I'm dreaming this, but I remember at a very, very young age, we drove by my video store, and it was a Major Video was the name of the video store. And I remember being at a red light and looking into Major Video and seeing a cardboard Freddy Krueger like hanging from the ceiling almost, and like his arms were so long that it was stretching out like across almost like not the whole place, but you would just see him and then these two long arms like reminiscent of part one, and then he was hanging on the ceiling. And I remember looking in the window and being like, oh my god, like, Mom, what is that? I was in the car with my mom, dad, and brother. I was like, what is that? Who is that? And my mom says, oh, that's Freddy Fingernails, she said. And so for a while, like, I thought that's what his name was. And then obviously we know now that was Freddy Krueger. And number two is I've never seen nor heard anybody that knows, because I've talked about that story before. Nobody knows anything about that standee. Did it exist? Does it not? I've never seen it. I've searched for it plenty of times. I could have been dreaming. I mean, I really, I picture, like, I can picture that scenario in my head, like I'm living it right now, where I was looking in that window, but it almost seems like that doesn't exist. And it's one of those things I've always been on the hunt for, at least to see it, to be like, I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. But to answer your question, no, I don't own any of those. Let me see. Let me see. No. Where are we? Oh, Ben Grimm said Beastie Boys. Man, Dakota, that's awesome, dude. I looked and Alice Cooper ain't coming here, at least by himself. He might be coming here in the summer with Motley Crue and Def Leppard, and if that's the case, I'm going to really try to get tickets, because I did go to that stadium tour this year, and it was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. Mid-level Ken, what's up, man? Hey, are you going live, Kenny, tonight? If so, I'll push everybody to you when I'm done. Let me know. Let me see. What's up, man? I have the Atlantic Pac-Man Towers from Lewiston. I've seen Rad has this cool thing that he shows in a video. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Twisted Trucker, what is up? Let me see. When my sister was narc, she used to buy crack from 50. What the heck? What the? Is that a real story? That's wild. What's my most valuable poster? Huh. I don't know. I mean, you know what's tough is that I have a lot of movie posters, but originals. But because I don't only have two 27 by 41 frames, none of them are up. So like everything behind me is like all 27 by 40s. I have pretty much all over the room. So I like to buy like a lot of video posters or originals from like the 90s, because they all fit. Like that Crush one is like an original because that was in the 90s. So therefore it's a 27 by 40. But it's funny, you add an extra inch on a poster frame and you're going from $20 a poster to like $70 a poster frame. And that's what's crazy, right? So I have a lot of art prints, which are like 24 by 36, but they're artist drawn, thick paper, limited print run, like maybe limited of 50 or 100, signed by the artist. Like I really like those because, you know, it's the closest I'm going to get to something valuable without getting the original. So I really dig those. And those are all the ones that you see in my movie room tour that are around my couch. I have really nice frames for those. Those are not like Walmart frames. They're really nice. Those are really valuable prints, signed by the artists and stuff. They're not reprints or anything like that. They're not original like one sheets, but they're original like hand drawn by the artist. So they are valuable, but they were accessible to me now. You know, obviously I wasn't born when a lot of those other ones were coming out, nor collecting. So it's harder for me to get my hands on. So I don't know what I have that would be considered valuable. And another thing too with originals that's a little bit of a rocky or a slippery slope is with original posters. You know, my uncle being a huge collector, he always said don't have originals signed because that will devalue them, right? And you know, but then you think, well, a signed original would make it more valuable. So I think it really depends on the collector themselves, on who's purchasing it. Would somebody say, hey, well, I'm killing two birds with one stone and get an original signed, right? Or would they say, I would rather have it without any ink on it? So, take that into consideration, right? Like I have a Karate Kid original one sheet signed by 4 cast members, big name cast members, and you're like, well, will that add value or does that devalue the original print? Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what would be considered my most valuable um poster. I mean, I have art prints that are pretty valuable. Like I have some that are worth a couple $100 easy. I have a Burbs one that's worth like $500 just because the run was so low. So like I might have one of 20 made or one of 15 made. So the value goes up. As far as originals, I don't know. Like I have an Encino Man one here signed by Brendan Fraser. Could that be valuable to someone? Possibly. But I don't have like Halloween or I don't have Friday the 13th originals of those big ones. I don't, trying to think of what I could have that could be a value. I mean, I have a original Christine, but it's signed by Carpenter. I mean, I have an original Dawn of the Dead. I don't know how valuable that is. But really quick, guys, just let me know in the comments because I'm behind already in the comments. I messed with my mic because I wasn't really happy with how it sounded on the Radpack podcast. It almost felt like I was like really sharp with a lot of my words. Like it really, and my brother said to take the gain down on my mic. I don't know much about this stuff. So I took the gain down on the mic and I just want to make sure I don't sound too soft or too low. So just let me know because I'm hoping that will fix the problem on the next podcast. And speaking of that, guys, if you haven't on iTunes, on Spotify, you can find Radpack Podcast. I should have put a link in the description so you guys can just click in and sub or follow, but I'll do it on the replay. So guys, if you have Spotify or iTunes, just type in the Radpack and give us a follow. I truly appreciate it. And if obviously a review would even be better if you hang out on those platforms. And then number 3, we also have a new YouTube channel, the Radpack on YouTube. Go sub over there because our Radpack episodes are going to be only there from now on. So Saturday the 25th, we're going to be doing another Q&A type Ask Anything, and it's going to be live on that channel. So you need to have access to that. We're going to obviously post about it and get people to subscribe over there, but that's where everything's going to be. And if anybody wants to send in a video question, do it to radpackrules@gmail.com, and we're going to play that video question on air on the 25th. And you guys can ask us whatever, and we'll have it playing during the episode. We did this a couple months ago, and it went really well. So hopefully we can get some new faces in there for questioning and stuff. So definitely, and if you have a YouTube channel as well, like, you can promote it within the question, and we'll play it, and definitely whatever it takes, guys. We truly appreciate that. So radpackrules@gmail.com. You need to have the video questions sent to us by the 22nd. Spicy 4K action. What is going on? Let me see. You're right. Spook House. They are a lost art form for sure. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through. Norn Rad, what's up, man? Cool, man. Cool. Awesome. I like Dog Soldiers. It's a cool movie. I guess the new Second Sight edition is really good. I only have the Scream Factory one. Dan Timms, what's up? What's up? Let me see. I like that you got all your signed posters or things like that. Are you somebody who likes to meet them all? Oh yeah, that wood thing that I slid out from under my coffee table I built that custom for me. So, well, my dad built it. We customized it. So basically, we took measurements. We bought all the product, and he cut it all, and we put it together and stained it and whatnot. And so that was a custom job. And that's what I was trying to get at, you guys. Is like when it comes to space, like sometimes if you're crafty, you can create some pretty cool stuff to save you some space. I did get that spinner shelf, which is in this room now, which wasn't in the room tour video. And that's helped me out a lot. That's opened up a lot of space for me because, that thing holds like 600 Blu-rays, more or less, if you're not putting like those big boxes from Vinegar Syndrome in or whatever. But I did create myself a lot of space, which is what I needed because I was toting a lot of stuff that I had like doubles of or DVDs or whatever. And which is fine, but at the same time, when you tote things, you need to have space to put the totes, right? So it's just nice that this thing was able to get me a lot more room in there. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, as far as where it's located, I mean, I guess it's fine. But yeah, just look at your setup, and then you might be able to come up with some custom cool ideas to get some space and stuff. Dying Breed, what is going on? What is the Spotify name of the pod? It should be the Radpack on Spotify. You can type in the Radpack podcast. It should come up. If it doesn't, hit me up on Instagram and I'll send you the link. And I'll also link it in here later. Carlos, actually, you know what? I don't. Laserdisc was like never something that ever came into my life. My uncle's got a Laserdisc collection, but it was something that he kind of had on the side, and it never really entered here. Like, I only really know two people that I've grown up with, my uncle and then my friend's father, who collected Laserdiscs. Like, they just weren't readily available around where I am, nor talked about that much. Like, I knew of them, but it was very rare you went into any kind of store, CD store, record store, video store, and saw them. So I never owned them. I have one. I have the Lost Boys, and that's it. So I don't have a Laserdisc collection at all. And you know what? They're cool, but it's not something I want to start now. Because if anything, like, I'm kind of going back and buying some VHS here and there, and I'm really sad that I sold all mine off years and years ago. But the one thing I do like about VHS, yeah, they're a little bit thicker and stuff. So Laserdiscs are cool because they take up like no space. But I also like things I can kind of display. And Laserdiscs are like records where it's like I have them, but you can't even barely see the spines or anything like that. So I don't know. I like something you can display a little bit more. Movie Junkie John, I actually don't have a great sound system, really. I mean, I have surround sound speakers built into the ceiling, and that's it. So, obviously I have, it's going to run through, what the hell is it called there? And, holy shit. Like an amp or whatever, but I don't have anything really great, I don't think. I mean, a subwoofer in the other room and speakers on the ceiling, like, that's about it. No sound bar, nothing like that. Hatch family, what's up, man? Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. That was my goal. I wanted to make it feel like an MTV Cribs episode. So I'm glad you guys dug it, because I wanted it not just to be me walking around the room with a phone, but I wanted to be like, hey, I want people to enjoy this like they're watching like a TV show. So I'm glad you liked it, because it was almost a half hour. So appreciate that. And we did cut a lot out because it was longer than that, plus the other room. So you regret having her sign your Laserdisc. Again, if I was to have done something like that, I would at least frame that and hang it, right? Like, I would, and that's the thing what I don't like when people, and I did it for years, had them sign VHS tapes or DVDs or anything like that, because then, like, what do you do with it, right? Like, I have a Rob Zombie's Halloween DVD signed by like almost the whole cast, and it's like, it just sits in my shelf. Like, it's not displayed. At least with a Laserdisc, you can buy a frame and put it up. So it's not necessarily awful of a way to do it. But yeah, that's why I always recommend either something unique and different. Like, I have a bunch of different things that I got that I can display, or, a poster or something like that. There you go. What's going on, DB Shooter? So big fan of your channel. Hey, man. Thank you. Again, guys, spread the word. That's the best way for me to grow, and it's the best way to support the channel, man. Like, don't worry about things like, super thanks or chats or stickers. Like, the best you can do for me is just continue to tag me in posts, continue to link the channel, continue to share the channel with friends or on social media. That's the best thing you guys can do to me to support the channel, because again, I started so late in the game with the YouTube thing that I'm so happy where I am, because there's a lot of people doing it right now, a lot of good people out there, and a lot of people that have been doing this for 13 years, 10 years. I've been doing it for 2. So, I mean, I'm very happy where I am right now, and I feel like it just comes very natural for me. I don't know why, but like, my head is always like thinking of different ideas, and you talk to people like the Dead Pit and Radpack and people I do collabs with, and my brain is always like, all right, I can't just do a video, it has to be something special. Like, this is like my chill out, let's just chill video. But every time we do a Radpack episode, or every time we do like even that room tour, like I needed to make it special, something different. I want to make these things like must see, these big events, and I'm glad you guys are really enjoying the content. That is so funny, man. That is so funny. That's something you'll always remember. Hey dude, what's up? Who dies faster? I don't know. Chucky, I guess. I like it. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I had the Blu-ray for the guest, the regular one, but you know what? I hated the cover art so much on that I was like, let me upgrade. Because Second Sight is like one of those companies that, like, to me, they have everything's been right with them so far. Like, there hasn't been any issues. They do top quality stuff. And that's why even with the Texas Chainsaw coming out, like, I do like the Steelbook with the slip. I think all the art and stuff looks good on that. My only issue with that, and again, from a financial standpoint, if someone doesn't want to pay a boatload of money for the new Second Sight edition, I get it, because it takes up more space. It's more money. The other one looks beautiful, but for me, Second Sight is like, man, that's like the gold standard, right? And Texas Chainsaw being such a big movie for me, I had to get the gold standard edition, because Second Sight just pulls out all the stops and just makes this thing. I know they're going to make it great. And Dark Sky, to me, is like, Dark Sky used to be a big company in the horror community and with DVDs, and they had good movies. But like, I feel like Dark Sky is only doing Texas Chainsaw stuff now. So that's my only hesitation with that, is it's like, it's probably going to be good, but it's like the only Dark Sky stuff I have is Texas Chainsaw. So it's like, that's all they're doing. So to me, I'd rather put my eggs in a basket like Second Sight, just because I know what I'm getting. But that's just me. Let me see. There's a lot of stuff coming through, guys. If I skip you, I apologize. Yeah, you caught me, man. That's exactly what it is. Hatch family, who is someone you still want an autograph? Jamie Gertz is my like white whale for sure. Jamie Gertz from the Lost Boys. She's the one I need. Phoebe Cates is another one I would really like to meet. Elizabeth Shue was on that list, but I did meet her this year, so that was really cool. A lot of people are kind of coming out of the woodwork. Jamie Gertz is going to be the hardest one, I think, because I mean, she's made right now. She owns like a basketball team. Like, it's highly likely that you're going to see her around, but man, I would love to, because I'm only missing her and Diane Wiest on my Lost Boys poster right now. So, I mean, Diane Wiest, sadly, I feel like that's not going to happen, but Jamie Gertz, like, is still a possibility. Oh my God, man. Tough Turf is one of those movies that it's like, ever since I started the channel, it's like, I want to do something for Tough Turf, and I'm just trying to think of what to do. Maybe a watch along would be one. Maybe like I really want to do like a rad recommendation with another person who's like a really big fan of it. I have a couple friends that are like really heavy into that movie as well. That's one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites, Spader. Tough Turf. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend it. It has a Blu-ray. I think it's from Kino. I could be wrong. I think it's Kino, but definitely worth. Let me see. Second Sight artwork. Yeah, I kind of thought so. I know a lot of people had been like, "Oh, that's the original artwork." I wasn't sure if what they were talking about with that. I do like the artwork better on the Dark Sky, but I think Second Sight is just, the quality is going to be really good. Let me see. Why do so many collectors organize the label, genre? I'm supposed. I know, man. It's I kind of do that too. What I actually hate the most, to be honest, is alphabetical. I hate that the most. When people do alphabetical, as much as it's organized, it makes me cringe, because everything is combined, right? Like all the different genres and stuff. And then if you don't, then how do you separate them, right? So, and not only that, but like I just think to myself, like, do you just have to always move stuff every time you get stuff in? Like, that would drive me nuts. So I'm doing kind of by label, but like how I've always the way I do my DVDs and the way I do my Blu-rays is actually very different. I don't put them together at all. So I have DVD is still my number one, like how many I have. I have way more DVDs than I have of anything else still, because that was like my prime collecting years. So what I used to do is I would have a wall of just horror, and then I would have a wall of everything else. That's what I used to do. It would just be horror, and then everything else would be on the other wall. And now with Blu-rays and just the way I have it set up, I kind of am doing it by labels. It's mostly boutiques. Like if it's not a boutique label, it's all kind of mixed in. I have like a horror section and then an everything else section. So it's a little bit more wonky than it was when I just had DVDs, because I don't like if I had DVDs and Blu-rays, because then it's like everything would be this and then it comes down and it's like go up, like that would drive me nuts too. So that's why I have them separate. But you're right, it does kind of bring certain genres, like Kino, for instance. Kino does all genres, so that kind of messes with my format. But the one thing about Kino is everything looks very uniform with the spines and stuff like that. So it is interesting. I think with the label, though, it's just very easy to find things, and you remember like which label has what. Slasher, what is up, man? Michigan, what is going on? I like that. I actually, I think it was like one of my first videos I ever did. I actually called it like Radical Rewind or something like that, or Rad Rewind or something. And what I did was I talked about just old stories, right? Like I took an object and I said, hey, this brings me memories back because of X, Y, and Z. And I was going to have a series like that. And then it just kind of hit, went to the wayside. But I would love to do that, because I have so many like things that are just so sentimental to me that I would love to be able to sit back and talk about them and just give you stories about like why it's sentimental, because maybe some of you guys don't like that, but that's like what I like. I love hearing people's like stories growing up. If you listen to the last Radpack podcast episode, which again, you can get on Spotify and iTunes if you want audio, and then you can watch it on my channel and on the Radpack YouTube channel. And it was the last episode we did talking about our history with collecting. And I really liked that episode because I liked hearing Mel and Justin like really talk about how they grew up, because we all grew up so different, and to hear like what they went through in the sense of like how they get into collecting and how there's similarities for me and there's differences in me. I love hearing people's stories, and I love hearing people's sentimental stories about specific items or something. So I would love to do something like that. That might be something I bring back, because, I could take anything. I'm just looking around really quick and tell you a little bit about it. Like, okay, so again, this is more recent, right? But I have this candle, Yankee Candle here. And if anybody's watching this, it's on this. So for Christmas a couple of years ago, my buddy Jason over at Icon vs. Icon, he made this for me and a group of friends, and it's us as the Four Horsemen, and it's got our heads on the Four Horsemen body. And he made this, and smells great still, and I've had it displayed ever since. You can see it in my video for my YouTube video. But what's cool about this is like this is the crew of dudes that I go to like conventions with now, and I met those guys at conventions like pre-YouTube. So these are guys that I kept running into at conventions like down in Jersey and stuff, and we became friendly just from that. And like we had into horror movies, and we all liked wrestling, and we just became friends. And man, like I've talked to those guys probably every day in a group chat for probably, I don't know, 6 years. And every year we meet up a couple times and go to these conventions together and spend a weekend like a couple times a year in Jersey or whatever. And it's just been part of like a group of friends that, I hadn't had in a while. Like I have a group of friends, but not everybody's into horror that I live around that I'm friends with. And people started having kids and they weren't around. And so it's cool to have that. And the fact that Jason made that for us for Christmas a couple of years, it's sentimental to me. So it's going to stay there because it just is like, hey, that's the crew right there, right? So I could take anything and give you guys a story behind it. And I think that's a real cool idea, just when it comes to anything that revolves around collecting and stuff. But yeah, thank you for that. Wow. Yeah, I would love to get that. Stone Gassman, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a bit, man. What have you been up to? Without Region Free, man, I haven't caught any of your stuff. I hope everything's going well with you, man. Hell yeah, Cue the Winged Serpent, man. I love that movie. Yeah. I get David Carradine. Hell yeah. Let me see. Michigan, I know you're OCD when it comes to Blu-ray DVDs, but I got so many DVDs, not many Blu-rays. But I get where you're coming from. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like I have way more DVDs, so DVDs are still taking up like most of my shelf space, for real. Wet movie. What's up, man? Hey, I hope you had fun at the convention, man. You were just at Creep Bike Econ. I heard it sold out, so it must have been packed over there. Wow, I'm already caught up. Did I skip a lot of people? What's your favorite Blu-ray release ever? I don't know. I don't know what my absolute favorite Blu-ray release is I have. I don't know, man. I'd have to really think about it. It would probably be like, I could even say the Friday the 13th Scream Factory set is one of them. I just think it's a beautiful set as a whole, if we want to count that. Oh, for sure. But what else I was going to say, guys, is, you know, while I'm here, I might as well just start showing some of the stuff I picked up. I haven't checked out a lot of these either, so you're going to kind of see them for the first time. They're still wrapped. This one is called Nightmare Man. I've never seen it, but Tiffany Shepis was in it, so it's definitely one that I want to check out. It's from Ronin Flicks. So I have no idea how this is, but I didn't own it, so I want to make sure to get it. I got this bad boy from Kino. This is the Missing Action. Look at the box set. Kino did a box set with all of them in it. That's cool. That's why I got it, because there's not many box sets like this out, especially from Kino. So thought this was definitely a cool edition. You can't have enough Chuck Norris in your life. Another Kino title. This is I checked this one out. Programmed to Kill. Pretty good. You know, it's kind of like a Lady Terminator type movie. Okay. I'm gonna say kind of middle of the road. It was a blind buy for me. It seemed like something right up my alley. 1987. So I think it's pretty cool. This I haven't seen yet. I haven't opened it. It's been sitting here for a couple weeks. The Menu. And no, I didn't spend $60,000 on this. So I got a real good deal because I think I got it for like 14. So yeah, I got a good deal on this. $14 instead of 60,000, which is what it's going for now, I guess. But I haven't watched it. I've heard mixed things about this. Some people said it was like absolutely amazing. So that's why I was like, I got to get it. And then some people decided it was kind of eh. So then I don't know. I don't know what to think about it yet. Let's see. Here's one that I'm surprised I never had. I have the soundtrack for this. I had a VHS tape of this a long time ago. I checked. I do not have this on DVD. So it's been a long, long time since I've seen it. But pretty cool movie. 90s. I'm pretty sure it's 90s. Oh, 84. Thief of Hearts. Really cool. I didn't even realize it had a Blu-ray. Came out from Paramount. And I saw it on, I think, Amazon cheap. So I was like, holy crap. I didn't even realize that a Blu-ray. So I grabbed it. Cool movie, though. Very cool. If you guys haven't checked this out, love this movie. So got this finally back in my collection. I guess I haven't had this for years, since the VHS days, which I had then sold. So that's long gone. Hold on, I'm going to get a swig of this. Now, I got this, another movie I haven't seen in forever. But this just came out, so I haven't even opened it. Blu-ray. The Story of Anvil, 2-disc Ultimate Edition. So I definitely want to revisit this thing. You know, me being big into metal and 80s rock and all that stuff. So Anvil. This is going to be really cool. Newly remastered with new color and sound and whatnot. So definitely. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying in here. Yeah, you're talking about $60,000 for sure. What else did I get here? I haven't checked this one out. The Violence Movie. It's a DVD. It was actually sent to me to review. It looks like a shot on video movie. So I haven't checked this one out yet, but I'll probably check it out soon. It's got The Violence Movie 1 and 2 in this. I don't know much about it, so I'll check it out and let you guys know what I think of it. Trying to see what year this came out. I don't even know. But The Violence Movie, and it's got like a hockey mask. Got that like Friday the 13th Part 5 VHS hockey mask in it. So I haven't checked that out yet. One movie that's really cool, I have it on DVD, that just came out on Blu-ray. Yellow Brick Road. I know Wes is a big fan of this one too. If you guys haven't seen this, it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a real cool movie that just came out on Blu-ray. Yellow Brick Road. Lightyear put this out. So very, very cool movie. I can't wait to kind of dive into this one again. I'm going to go back to the chat before I get into this little section I have right here. Everybody's talking about this, let me see. People are talking about the menu. Let me see. Yes. Yeah, Best Buy had it priced at $60,000. What? Some reason Tomcats I seen going for 100. Really? Tomcats is kind of funny, but I don't know why. That's crazy. Oh wow, is that you, Stone? All right, so this is pretty cool. Now, I did watch 2 of these. Now, if you grew up in, I was like a teen in the late 90s and stuff. So this was like, when I saw that MVD was putting out this new line, I was like kind of excited, even though it's only DVD, but it's like movies that I never thought would ever come out on physical media. I don't know. It was one of those things when I was a kid and, we didn't have things like Cinemax or HBO or Showtime and stuff, but I know the big thing was SkinMax, right? I had a friend who used to have it and stuff like that. So these were always like advertised, or if you went into Blockbusters or whatever, they'd always have maybe like them in the back or whatever. And it was just like those really like erotica like type thrillers. And MVD came out with this new line called SkinMax, which they're putting all these things out. And I thought this was a perfect time to talk about it. This rad up all night, up late, kind of when these used to come on, looking through the lines on the TV to see what these are all about. And it's a cool little line. It's got a lot of like Shannon Weary and stuff like that in there. You've got like Midnight Confession, Private Obsession, like all titles like that. Really like softcore type like thrillers and stuff, but very cheesy acting, I feel like. And these are the only ones I've watched so far. I've watched these 2 so far, but I think it's a pretty cool little line just because it's something I never thought we'd get. And it's kind of cool that they all kind of go together. I don't know if these will ever hit Blu-ray. I'm not sure. This one is Bare Exposure, Lap Dancer. So, yeah, these are just those things like it just screams like mid to late 90s for me. And that's why I think this is so cool. It's got like the pink around the boxes and stuff. Illicit Dreams, Indecent Behavior 4. Just wild stuff. Something you'd probably see like, I don't know. I don't even know if you'd see Vinegar Syndrome do this, because this is not like, the Vinegar Syndrome erotica stuff is like real, like erotica type stuff, like porn or whatever. But this isn't the same thing as that. There's nudity and stuff, but that's about it. You don't see a lot, but I think it's just a pretty cool little line that they're doing just with these forgotten movies from back in the 90s. like Test Tube Teens of the year 2000. Like, this is just wild. I haven't checked a lot of these out yet, but I just think it's an interesting line that they have. And like I said, they all kind of go together, which is pretty cool. And I don't think these are ever going to probably hit Blu-ray. I don't think. But yeah, it reminds me of a lot of like things like Silk Stockings or whatever. But yeah, this is just pretty interesting stuff. And I thought this was something I wanted to talk about on this Up All Night thing, this new line here. Because again, if you were a teen of the 90s or you grew up in the late 90s and you had like Cinemax and stuff, like you probably remember all these for sure. But yeah, definitely like those like made for TV type movies. Oh man, I would love a Silk Stockings box set. I would love that. I used to watch that all the time. See, Stone knows. Shannon Tweed, he knows. I am going to pick up Bless the Child. I don't know if I own that. And if I do, it's only on DVD, which, I have a lot of different rules on upgrading now. Like, if I only have the DVD and it's something I kind of like, I'll upgrade it just because the quality difference is huge. If the Blu-ray to 4K is where I'm really getting a little bit picky, especially when companies like Criterion, like they basically don't give us anything new, not even new artwork. I probably won't upgrade. Even Screen Factory, like I'm really picky on what I'm upgrading now to 4K. Even if people say that, oh my God, the 4K looks great, the Blu-ray looked like crap, like it's fine. It's fine for me. I'm not going to go nuts and try to collect everything. I already did that. I already bought all the collector's editions on Blu-ray. I don't need them all again. If it's anything new, I'll get it, right? So if I don't have it, I'll get it. So now I'm noticing Kino's doing a lot of the old Olive titles, which is interesting because Olive put out some great stuff, and Firstborn is one I always talk about, and maybe we'll see another edition of that from Kino. Now, I don't know why they're releasing all those films that Olive did. Olive just seems like they've kind of disintegrated, and everybody's getting those titles. Like MVD just got the Last American Virgin, which is a huge one for them. And I just saw that Kino's getting Secret Admirer, which is an awesome movie. And I just saw today Cujo's coming out, and Olive had that one too. So it's interesting to see that these are getting all re-released again. Let me see what's going on here. Oh yeah, so Full Moon is putting all these out again. They're putting out Puppet Master 3 on 4K. I don't know why they're doing just that one. I have a feeling they're going to do a box set, so I would probably hold off. Trancers, I just got that on 4K. Yeah, they don't. You're right, man. They don't. Yeah, oh man, the ones with Linda Blair are my favorite. I have a lot of those too. Like what was that one that she was in? I think Synapse put it out, I think, or some company did on Blu-ray. Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't think of it. Let me know in the chat which one it is. It's got like a one-word name or something. But Linda Blair one's my favorite. But yeah, they're right. Nobody does those anymore. Let me see. I'm all caught up. Let me see. Oh no, I'm not. I know they're not. I posted these on Instagram, and the first thing people were saying, like, those aren't G-rated. No, they're not. I had to change it up for these. Remember that the old show Spice? Yeah, I'll take a Monster Squad, no doubt. Let me see. Scream Factory is everywhere. Oh yeah, that's the problem. That's another problem. They're just all over the map with it, so it's like I'm not playing that game anymore. I'll get some. If it's ones it's like new ones, I'll get that. Like I'm not upgrading a lot of them. You know, I upgraded some favorites. I'm looking over here right now at them. Like I got the Fog, They Live, I got Carrie. But I mostly get like the ones like Company of Wolves and stuff like that. Like Alligator, I'll get a lot of those. But it all depends. There was something they were doing that I was like, I'll probably get it. Yeah, I think Monster Squad's probably coming out. Yes. It's a great one. Definitely. I definitely recommend Secret Admirer if you guys don't have it. It is coming soon, I think, from Kino. Oh, dude, I love Firstborn. It's like one of my favorite movies. Really, really cool. I think Peter Weller's best performance in that movie. Let me see. Looking at the Crusher, the thinking he's Blu-ray. I mean, I'm fine with the Blu-ray from Scream Factory. I don't need a 4K of it. If it comes out, maybe I'll get it. I don't know. But I love the image though. Blu-rays, static, not good quality. I know. Full Moon. Some species is coming out. I know that. Let me see. Dawn of the Dead 4K. I haven't checked it out, but the case was busted. Oh, I heard it actually looks pretty good, but I heard there was like a lot of off-gassing on it. But I'm not gonna upgrade the Dawn of the Dead 4K from Scream, not the remake. I mean, I like it well enough, and it could look great, but I don't need to upgrade that. Yeah, what's up, Bob? Yeah, Mischief. I want that as well. It's another Preston one. Very, very cool, underrated movie. I don't even know if it has anything beyond a DVD. That's what I have it on. I don't have anything more than that. So, yeah, I would love to see that get another one. Let me see. Let me see. How is Pop Movie Excalibur by Rumen is not 4K unless I'm wrong. Excalibur. I don't know. I have Near Dark on Blu-ray, but it's supposed to be getting a 4K. I don't know what's going on with that. You know what other Kelly Preston one needs in addition is Run with Patrick Dempsey. I talk about that all the time. That's a great freaking thriller. edge of your seat, heart pounding thriller, awesome movie. That thing has been gone since Laserdisc days. VHS and Laserdisc is all it's had. It did well in the theaters, and it's Dempsey. I mean, Dempsey was big back then. I think it came out in like 1990. So I don't know why that thing is just kind of sitting there and no one's touched it. I'm sure May is coming out, and Fright Night 2 is coming out from Cinemuseum, which is going to have a real cool edition. It's going to be pricey, but if you're a huge fan, it's going to have some pretty cool additions. Let me see. Hell yeah. I'm glad someone likes Run. No one ever talks about Run. I love that movie. Have I watched all the Wrong Turn movies? No, I have them all because I was like, back in the day with the DVDs, I was just, every time it came out, I was like, I'll watch it eventually, and I would buy it. I think I've only watched the first like 3, and then I watched the new one, which I actually didn't mind the new one that much at all. I think if it wasn't called Wrong Turn, I think more people would enjoy it. But I haven't watched the other ones at all. I like the original one though. Let me see. I'm assuming Bloody is probably up for 4K. What's funny is I used to have My Bloody Valentine Blu-ray from Scream Factory, and I haven't even opened it yet. Because I had a My Bloody Valentine like Lionsgate one for a long time that I was always watching, and then that came out, and I like grabbed it just to complete my collector's edition collection, and it's still sealed, so I don't even know if they come out with 4K. I mean, I guess I'll get it, and then maybe it's just sell that one off sealed. I don't know. I would love to get Blown Away Blu-ray with Eggert and the Hamsters. That's like one of these movies, Blown Away, basically. But yeah, guys, so that's some of the stuff I got physical media wise. I did get some other stuff I wanted to open. Where am I? Look at this. So I talk about this in the Radpack episode when it comes to like collecting, right? The collector's mindset that I've had ever since I was a kid. And one of the earliest memories I have was collecting He-Man action figures. That was like the first thing I remember as a kid really collecting. So when my son was born, they just announced they were going to be doing all those like He-Man figures. They were called retros. Basically, we're going to mimic the ones that I had as a kid, which are now like mostly long gone. Probably thrown away or yard sale or something. I wish I still had them. So I've been getting him a lot of them, hoping that when he gets to be about 4, which he is now, that's when I started to really get into He-Man. I was like, maybe he'll get into it too. The only difference is it's not really a show to follow like I used to follow. There's a new one, but I don't know if it's a little too violent for him. But I do have all the old ones on, the collection. I could always show him, but that's what I always remember. So I've been buying him a lot of those He-Man ones. If I see him at the store, I'll buy them. And he has like quite a collection now, and he's starting to kind of play with them a little bit. But I came across this guy at Target, and I was like, oh my God, this brings back so many memories, and I got to get him. So if anybody is like a He-Man fan out there, tell me if this brings back memories for you guys. Look at this sucker. Thunder Punch He-Man. I remember having this dude as a kid, but back then, this guy you could put caps in him. And when you flick his hand and he'd punch, it would make the big boom sound because you'd actually put the caps in him. This one they don't obviously, you can't, but like I had to get this thing. And I'll probably open it up and throw it in his little He-Man box or whatever. And when he starts playing with them, I'll play along, but I had to grab this thing. This image of him just brings back so much nostalgia for me as a kid growing up, because I used to play with this thing all the time. With those damn caps and stuff like that. They just don't have that kind of stuff anymore. So I thought that was pretty cool to grab. And I'll go back to the chat and stuff. I see people talking about like Less Than Zero. Yeah, that needs a new upgrade. Rumble Stiltskin. I think Vinegar Syndrome's going to get that one. Let me see. What's up, Killer Pizza from Detroit? Thanks. What's in the name? I always got to keep it interesting. I always want people coming back for more. Let me see. I like the He-Man with the battle armor along with Skeletor. Yeah, that was actually that's the one I just saw with the caps. But the battle ones are the first ones I ever got as a kid. Any fun conventions coming around me? Yeah, there's Chiller in March. There's Monster Mania in April, but I am I'm not attending those this year. I'll probably attend them maybe later in the year, but if you guys didn't check out the Radpack episode that we just did, I'm going to post something right now for you guys to check out. We're coming to Panic Fest, baby! So that's why I'm not attending Chiller or Monster Mania this year, because the Radpack, Mel, Justin, and I are going to be going to Kansas City in April as a group to attend Panic Fest. And we are going to vlog it, and we're going to do a live show that night from Justin's house all together. And it's going to be a crazy weekend, and we're going to meet up with some other YouTubers that are going to be there as well. So very, very cool. I'm super excited for that. So that's why I'm not attending Chiller Monster Mania this year, because Monster Mania is the same weekend as Panic Fest, and I just want to make sure that my funds are in check for that trip, because I don't know what to expect out there. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have stuff for sale there. I don't know, what is out there. Maybe they have some cool stores that I can just buy a lot of stuff from. So I don't know. I'm trying to just kind of keep my funds in check a little bit the last couple weeks. It's funny because me, Mel, and Justin, we keep saying we're on spending freezes because, things just keep coming up and coming up and coming up. And I just got notification that my NECA Tiffany is shipping, and it's like, that thing's been ordered since 2018, and that's another couple $100 that I'm just going to drop out of the nowhere. So yeah, so we're trying to keep it a little bit easy. But yeah, we're going to be attending Panic Fest. So if anybody is around there, definitely go and come meet up with us. I know we got some people in the community that are going to be meeting up. We're going to do dinner and stuff like that. So it's going to be a fun time. And then I'm hoping that maybe in September, October, maybe I can meet up. I can go down to the Dead Pit guys and go to Scarefest. That's a goal of mine. But there's a lot of conventions around that time too near me. In September, there's TerraCon, which is going to be cool. That's around me. There's some Comic Cons as well around that time. I know Monster Mania is around that time. So I don't know. But first order of business is we're going to Panic Fest. So that's the big one. What's up, Christian? Thanks, dude. I'm going to keep these up here for you, man. So I'm going to keep these up here because Christian will be on my show on Wednesday. So they will be here waiting for him. So definitely go check him out. I told everybody earlier that we reviewed and watched My Grandpa's a Vampire last night. So definitely go check that out on his channel. Let me see. I was surprised Justin said he hasn't. Justin from Movie Watch, he hasn't seen it. And he's seen some crazy stuff. That's a goal, man. My goal is to get there. It's easier said than done because I'd obviously have to fly, and flights are not cheap nowadays. That's the bad thing. But yeah, we're going to be going to Panic Fest. So it's going to be really, really cool. Let me see what else I got in the house here. I got this. Now, I said I was done collecting soundtracks. I was done collecting Waxwork records. But I had to purchase this. I had to do it. And this caught me right at the beginning of my spending freeze. So right before I went on freeze, I had to unfreeze really quick and snag this. Then you're going to get an unboxing right now. And I had to get it, man, because I got a lot of stuff coming out of here. Because you know me, I absolutely love TMNT 90. So I have the original soundtrack of this, but this has got like the score. So the score for this movie is so incredible that I needed to have it. And I also needed to have the score for part 2. So these were very out of print, cost a lot of money on the secondary market. eBay, you were paying big bucks for these. But for whatever reason, like Waxwork always does, they did a quick re-release, and I think they're sold out already. So I had to snag it before I missed out on a second time. So I got the scores for the TMNT. scores, because again, they're just incredible scores, and I didn't want to miss out again from Waxwork, because those were very out of print and costing boatloads of money. And when they said we're dropping a re-release really quick, I was like, oh, gotta get them. So yeah, but and Waldo's right, the addiction is real, boys. I'm telling you, it's not good. But that one I was like, I have to, right? There's a lot of things I have to. But ideally, I'm kind of on a freeze right now, more or less. But things always end up coming up and stuff. So as long as I can kind of tame it down a little bit, then I should be fine. And just another mic check, guys. How am I sounding? Because like I said, I had to take the gain out of my mic a little bit because I felt I wasn't really happy with how it sounded on the podcast. Let me know how it goes. Dude, I got mine in. I already got mine. The box with like the VHS and you got like the Pizza Hut coupon and stuff. It got delayed. I got mine like 2 weeks ago, if that's what you're talking about. I do want to see that. I haven't seen it, but I want to see it. Anything Brendan Fraser, I'm down for. That looks great. I'm excited to see that. But yeah, that wasn't something else that I grabbed. And let me see what else I got. I think I got another box over here. Ugh. So I got this box. So let's open this. Now this isn't movie related, so it's something else. Let me see. And I actually do have a real cool unboxing video that I need to do. I ordered this like a year ago, and it's amazing. I got the new Proton pack, the real one. And I want to do a video unboxing it, but it's so big that I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might as well just put it all together and just do like a showcase video. But that I haven't even opened yet. But this, if you guys grew up in like the early 90s and you collected WWF Hasbros, and if you watched my room tour video, I have a bunch of my childhood Hasbros displayed because they meant so much to me growing up. I remember, again, this is the nostalgia talk. Every Saturday morning for feels like years, I would bring all my wrestlers out to the living room. I'd watch cartoons all morning, waiting for 11 o'clock a.m. for wrestling to come on. And I'd be playing with those action figures and doing Royal Rumbles and all this other junk, Survivor Series matches. I absolutely loved them. Well, they announced a series, the Orange Series, and before the Orange Series came out, they lost the license, got discontinued, never came out. But we knew who we were supposed to get in that series. Well, Mattel were nice enough to come out with that Orange Series in this retro style box set. So very limited. I haven't seen these yet, but check this out. Greg, the Hammer Valentine Rhythm and Blues, which was a lost figure that we never got back in the 90s. We have them now, so that's pretty damn cool. You got Doink. I think this is Babyface Doink. Must be. I think. Maybe not. Or maybe it's just another Doink from like a different event, but we got another Doink from Orange Card. This is one I always wanted as a kid. You got USA Lex Luger. This was one, I mean, I wanted this so bad, and when they didn't come out with that series, I was bummed because I wanted this Lex. And then the last one, woo, Tugboat. The Tugboat. Look at that. So pretty damn cool. These are just always something that it's like, if you were a big collector of these back then, like you wanted these so much. And it's just kind of rounding out the collection that you wish you had growing up. So I got these. They were limited. I don't know if they're still available or not. I wanted to grab them before they sold out. But if you're not a wrestling fan, I'm sure you don't care about this stuff, but I was a big wrestling fan. I'm not too much anymore. I'll watch it now and then, but man, these were so important to me growing up that I had to kind of use those to complete it. Let me see. Okay, I'm catching up on the chat. Let me see. What brand mic is that? I can do a little research as I dial in. Thanks, man. It's a Hypercast. It's called a Hypercast. I don't know. Hypercast something. It's called. There's only two made. There's a Hypercast that's all red and a Hypercast multicolored. So yeah, if you could, that'd be great, man. I don't know if I'm sounding like sharp. Like some words I say will like really come out loud, and I didn't like it. Huh. I'm curious what it was then, because I thought I bought the big box, but maybe I didn't. Let me see. I would love to get a dink, man. Had the ring actually do my dude, hell yeah. That was like I'm glad I can wake up some nostalgia for you, man. I love when people can do that for me. Where's Hitman? I got Hitman, man. He's in my room tour video. When I go over to that like shelf that's built into the wall or whatever, he's in there. He's standing there. Dude, I've always said that, Mark. I've always said, why has nobody ever done a Luger with the bus? Even now, like if Mattel did it now and they did like a retro Luger with like, and it came with a huge bus, I would buy that in 2 seconds. Same thing with the barbershop. I'm like, how killer would it be if they did like a barbershop play set and it came with Marty and Sean dressed in the same attire they had during that segment with like a breakable window? Like how killer would that be? I would get that and display that thing in my movie room. I think that's just such a missed opportunity. Even if they did it as like a website exclusive or something, always something I thought to myself, like, why could we never get? Same thing with the bus for Luger. I would go nuts for that. I mean, even like Razor Ramon coming in like one of the, like a gold Cadillac or something. I just think it would be so killer. Shockmaster. Maybe I have I do have a Shockmaster figure. I have one. Mattel did a Shockmaster. I think it was like a Comic-Con exclusive. I have it. Oh dude, I bought that. I bought that right away. I if it's still available, you guys, I would go get that from Vinegar Syndrome. That's a very interesting title that they're putting out. And I bought that. I bought the Glow documentary. I love documentaries. And I bought the Clue documentary, which I think Clue is already sold out. So I was happy to grab those because I'm really into documentaries, and I'm glad that their Vinegar Syndrome is doing those right. Heck yeah. Do you know they made that? There's if you follow the collecting community, there's a naked Miss Elizabeth from the LJN days. Yeah, I did grab that. I have Earthquake and I have the Shark. Let me see. Yeah, so I remember when those came out. I actually didn't own a lot of those ECW guys, but I loved ECW back in the day. Do I? I used to a lot. I have a bunch on DVD and stuff like that. I used to love shoot interviews. A lot of them I would listen to on YouTube as well, but I haven't in a long time. I didn't even know if they still did them a lot. But I love, like, Zack Ryder's podcast is like my favorite podcast. To be honest, like my two favorite podcasts to listen to is Major Wrestling Figure Podcast and Purple Stuff Podcast. Those are like my two favorite podcasts nowadays. And I'll listen to fitness ones nowadays, but it's just so hard. Like now being on here and having friends on here, you want to catch their videos. Like it's hard to listen to everybody. So I'm going to go out there right now and say two things. Because I'm very transparent with, you know, my channel and all this stuff. And even when it comes to people sending me things to review, like I'm going to be honest. And if I don't like something, I'm going to say it. And if they don't want to send me stuff, then that's fine. But I'm not going to bullshit anybody about it because like I said, I've got a very large collection that I'm very proud of, and I don't need anything, but I'm appreciative of things, of course. And I love working with different companies when it comes to certain things, but even still, I would never steer you guys in the wrong direction like I've seen other people do, just because they're afraid of losing their connections, right? I don't care. But anyway, where the heck was I going with that? What were we talking about here? Let me see. Oh, shoot interviews. Purple Stuff Podcast. What the heck was I saying? Oh, the two things I want to say is, number one, doing the channel, trying to come up with ideas, me working. I'm doing school now, which is taking a lot of my time. I will apologize for two things. Number one, when people ask me to be on their shows, trust me, I want to be on everybody's show. So sometimes when I can't, or I decline, or I say I can't right now, like, it's nothing against anybody. It's just it's just too busy. I only have specific times and days I can do this kind of stuff. And that's why right now I'm here right now when I should be in bed, because this is like the only time I had to do this, and I have to talk about some of this stuff. And I want to have some content going. So number one, if I'm not saying yes to be on the shows, because I have a lot of people reach out and I can't always do it, it's nothing against anybody at all. And I will be on the shows. Just give me time. Okay. And number two is, if I do not watch everybody's stuff, I subscribe to a lot of people that subscribe to me. I can't watch everybody's stuff, especially, like I said, I don't have a job where I can listen to things or, watch YouTube. Like, my job is like, I have to be on my feet in front of people hour upon hour upon hour. So it's like my only time to listen to this stuff is on my way to work and my way home, which is a half hour each way. So when people are live, if I'm driving home, sometimes I'll pop in and just say what's up, just out of respect and stuff like that. So guys, like, listen, like, I'm trying to catch up to people. So if you don't see me comment or anything like that, like, I'll get to it, I promise. And I feel bad because, and I'm sure if you guys are creators as well, like, you can't watch everybody, even your friends. Like, sometimes I'm backed up on watching people I want to watch, right? So I apologize on both of those two things for everybody, because again, it is hard. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have a list of like what I have coming up on the channel right now, so you guys can kind of check that out. So I just did a show last week about the documentary Fred Heads that's coming out. So I had two of the people who were responsible for that on with me, and we talked about it. So if you haven't checked that out, very cool interview about that documentary. We're just talking about documentaries on here. I love them. I'm really excited for that one. So go back and check that out if you haven't. That was on Wednesday. And then last night I was on Planet CHH's show. We did a watch along for Grandpa is a Vampire. And then this Wednesday I have Christian coming on my show with his wife, and they're going to be talking all things Unita Candles, which is their small business that they started. And that is on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I'm going to be with the Dead Pit guys doing a show talking about movie posters. And then we have a Scream Factory show, season 6 or year 6 coming up. It's going to be me, Dead Pit guys, and special guest Pops Movie Dungeon, which is another friend of mine, creator who I haven't collabed with in a long time, just because, again, schedules are hard. So we have that coming up this month. And then Rad Company, I have another episode coming up on the 15th, which right now I had a mishap with someone's schedule on the 15th. So I'm sliding someone else that I was supposed to see in March, hopefully in there. So that is tentative right now until I get a confirmation on the date. On Friday the 17th, the Radpack will be on Justin Ryan 1988's channel. We're going to be guesting on his channel on Friday the 17th. We had another date that I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet for Friday the 24th. The Radpack is going to be on someone else's channel. I can't announce it yet because I don't know if it hasn't been completely confirmed yet. It's tentative. And then the Radpack live show on the Radpack YouTube channel is going to be on the 25th, and it's an Ask Us Anything. Go to radpackrules@gmail.com. Please submit a video question for us to put on the show, and we'll answer it there. We'll do a deep dive on whatever you ask. Promote yourself if you have a content as well on that show. Say, hey, I'm so-and-so from this, and whoever's watching can check you guys out. So guys, make sure to send a video to radpackrules@gmail.com. Ask us a question, and submissions are due by the 22nd. So that is what I have to be on, right? Those are my confirmed dates. Then I look earlier and I say, okay, I still want to do a video on my Ghostbuster pack. Still have a video of another item that was sent to me. Physical media reviews. And then, so I have a lot going on this month. So again, this is just kind of how it rolls. Order Fred Heads on Amazon. Again, I love everybody. I will get to everybody. I don't want you to think trust me, I'm not trying to big league anybody. It's just that my life is hectic. And here's one more question, guys, before we end, because I'm way over what I wanted. I wanted 45 minutes. Rad Company, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people lined up still for season 2. So you have 5 people. One of them being Christian and his wife on Wednesday. Like I said, with this season of Rad Company, I wanted to bring other content creators from all over different platforms here, doing different things, not just the same old people that I collab with all the time, just different. Send me a message in the comments below or send me a DM and let me know, is there anybody that you would like to see for season 3? Anybody you want me to bring on the channel and chat about? And like I said, it can be from anywhere. They would just have to agree to do it. That's all. They would just have to agree to want to come on. But yeah, if there's anybody that you're like, hey, it would be cool to have you talk to this person and talk about A, B, or C, just throw it out there, because I've got season 2 down, and season 3 will be probably starting. I'll get these all done in March, and I'll probably start season 3 and probably sometime in April. I'll take probably like a month off or whatever. But yeah, throw it out there, guys. If there's anybody in the social media world that you would like me to try to get on here, and keeping it within reason. I'm not a big channel over here, so there's only so many people I can do here. But I like to just make it different, showcase some different people, people that you don't usually see on other channels or anything like that. So that's what I got going on. But oh, I see Brian Goes Blues in here. And guys, I'm sorry about I'll go back to the chat. I'm going to finish this stream off just going back on the chat and answering these questions. Let me see what we got. Brian Goes Blue. Dude, okay, that's another one. Yeah, Wes said that's a great movie, Tiffany Shepis. I've never seen it, but I ordered it. And that's another thing. Dude, my Vinegar Syndrome order is not here. It actually says it's supposed to be here tomorrow, but it's wild. Like, I ordered a lot of stuff. So that's another video I want to try to get, is my unboxing. So I hope I can squeeze that in this week. I actually also have to film a video for someone else and get another content creator that wants me to film a video and send it to them. I have to get that done this week too. So again, there's other things that I'm trying to do here to help out other channels and to participate and collab. I definitely like collabing with people. So I have to get something else done for someone this week too. But my Vinegar Syndrome order, I want to do a live unboxing because I think I have a lot of stuff coming in, but I'm just shocked that I hadn't got it yet. But that's cool, man. I'm excited for that one. I did get it. All right, let me see what I got here. I'm going to try to catch up. Yeah, man, I loved that podcast. Loved it. But yeah, I got kind of bored out with it. After he got back in WWE, I kind of was like, I wasn't into it because like I didn't know if he was going to sway the way he was talking about things. Oh, hell yeah. The thumb wrestlers, I had some of those. You must be like 50-ish too. I know they got a bet at times these days. I'm not 50. If I look 50, I'm not doing something right. For sure. I'm out here trying to stay young. I feel great. It's just that, I got a lot going on. It's like, I feel like days just don't have enough hours. Like right now, I wish it was like 10 o'clock. And then I'm like, oh, well, now it's past midnight. So I got to get out of here. What up, man? Hi from the UK. Thank you so much. Now, guys, I have 60 people in here right now. I cannot see the channel. Please like this video. I don't even know how many likes it has. Please like. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, because I could use it to support the channel. Like I said, that's the best way to support the channel. Share the stuff. And when I get to 3,000 subs, I will release the second part to my room tour. Dakota. Yeah, again, I'm trying to be on other people's shows and collab. I love talking to other people. The Radpack's got a lot going on because we're recording audio stuff now too for the podcast. So I mean, it's like all of us over there are just hard at work all the time, and that's not even our job. Like this is my hobby, right? So, pre-order Fredheads, correct? Yes. I can ask, but what the heck? I'll ask you. I don't know what you're talking about. Undercover Boss. Yeah, I'm sure these guys know too. Spook House Podcast. Go check them out. It's true, right? Even the promoting and the hype it's still time. Still time. I don't know who that is, but I can look it up. But I think whoever it is needs to kind of fit what I'm doing over here, like in some aspect. Either, you know, just gotta vibe. We just gotta have some kind of vibe. You're right, Brian. You are correct. No. I think. Oh yeah. Wait, is that a midnight stream? If it is, we'll probably do it. Is that a midnight, like Tuesday into Wednesday stream? If so, I think we can do it. If that's a Tuesday at midnight into Wednesday, I can do it. I can make it work. So let me know if that's what the case here. Oh my god, I'm way behind. Yeah, the mail's mad slow. Let me see. I know who he is. He probably doesn't know who I am. So here's what else you can guys do. If you guys, if you have other creators that you like that might not want to come on the show, because again, if a creator has like a boatload of subs and they see someone come in and be like, hey, you want to be on my show, and they have 2K subs, it's not going to do much for them, right? But if the fans demand it, then at least they'll give my channel a look at. So if you guys want me to do it, just keep telling them, go sub to Born to Be Rad. Thursday into Friday this week. We're doing the poster thing on Thursday night. So, I mean, if it leads into it, then yeah, we probably can do it. Oh, but is it all like the erotica stuff? Is that all that they're doing? I don't know. My favorite new movie from 2022, X. But yeah, guys, listen, subscribe, like, comment, go sub to the Radpack on Spotify, go sub to the Radpack on iTunes, go sub to the Radpack on YouTube, because they have their own channel now. So the Radpack, go sub, because that's where all the Radpack episodes are going to be. We're going to even drop some old ones on there as we go. So definitely would appreciate that for sure. I'll put the link up on the outro for you guys to make sure you guys remember. But thank you guys so much for checking this out. Again, the later I go, the more people come in. I'm going to be in here all night if I keep this round up. So thank you guys again for checking this out. Truly appreciate it. Hopefully you like some of the stuff I showcased tonight. Keep your eye on the channel. Like I said, I do have a lot of stuff coming. And if there's people you want to see on here, go find them and tell them to check out Born to Be Rad and share the content. All right, guys, this is Garrett at Born to Be Rad. And like always, stay